everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Zamora Two-Player Podcast. I'm joined here again with my brother Matt. We are going to do something a little different today. This won't be an episode proper. This will be more kind of in our reactions playlist of things. Because this weekend I got an email because I signed up for a long time ago to join the Tekken 8 closed network beta test or whatever they called it. So I literally texted Matt immediately and I was like, make time on Monday or Tuesday because I'll probably want to talk about this after I've played it for the weekend. So Matt, thanks for joining on this kind of impromptu episode that we set up very quickly.
Oh man, I'm pumped to hear about Tekken. So I'm very jealous. So I'm very excited to hear more. So as you know, and as I hope everyone here knows, Tekken's our jam. So that
Yeah.
I was telling my buddy Robbie about this, where like that is my de facto like fighting game. That
Same.
no question.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I love Street Fighter and I still play Street Fighter 6 like pretty regularly. But Tekken is just like the game we grew up. That's the fighting game we grew up playing. Like,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's just like it's such like a comfort pick when like playing Tekken. It just feels so good. So I was able to record a bunch of my gameplay while I was playing. So while we're talking, I'll just put that footage up and just let it run. While we'll go over some of the stuff that I was taking notes about. I put in about, I think it was 15 or 16 hours over the weekend. And of course it comes out. This is what I was laughing about with Matt is like literally Spider-Man 2, Mario Brothers Wonder, and then I get the email about Tekken Beta. And it was just like, you couldn't do this like last weekend when I had nothing to do.
No, it's an embarrassment of riches weekend for you. So
it's like it's a good problem to have. But
yeah.
So anyway, I'll let the footage roll while I go through some of the points I wanted to make. So first, one thing I'll say is like just on the topic of like visuals for it is like, you can watch a million trailers of a game, but it's like with bit rates and video compression and all this stuff, it's like it never is quite the same until you like see the game in action, and anyone that like follows a game's marketing cycle and watches all the trailers before they buy it and play the game, well, you understand what I mean when I say that. And like, good God, this game looks so good in person. The trailers definitely show off like the like elaborate stages and just like you can tell the updated character models look better and stuff. But like seeing it like actually in action and like I had it so I had gotten in the beta for like the Steam version, just like so I was playing it on my PC. And I kind of did that knowing if I got the beta, I could record it a lot easier.
Because
I don't have a very good capture card. So I played it on my PC and it was like liquid smooth, just in terms of how it ran and how it looked. All the character models, obviously look just way better. Like characters just they don't look as shiny as like Tekken 7 characters do. I feel like it has this weird plasticky look to it. And that's just early PS4 tech, right? Like that was, I think I looked it up and it was like 2014, I think almost was Tekken 7.
Holy, no way.
Yeah, it's 2014 or 2015, I believe. So it's been like a while. And so that was like a fairly early PS4 game and just like a much earlier Unreal 4 engine game. And so like naturally it's just gonna look better. Like obviously going, and I don't think this game is cross-gen. I think it's next gen only. Like I think it's actually PS5 and whatever the new Xbox is, like at minimum. So they can pump the visuals up a little bit. I think the beta was at least, so I assume they're not going to the old gen systems for release. But character models looked way better. Didn't have that shiny sort of plasticky look. One thing that was really cool, and I don't know why, but it just made them look even more like real people, is like the characters get like really like scuffed up while you're fighting. So
Oh,
like by
cool.
the end of the round, like they have like dirt on their face or like scratches or something. And like very subtle. Like it's not like big black eyes or
Yeah, yeah,
crazy
yeah.
injuries or whatever.
Okay,
Um,
so not just like dirty, but like injury scuff kind of
it
thing.
looked
Yeah,
like they were like roughed
yeah,
up a little bit,
yeah. That's cool.
from what I could tell, and like some of their accessories would come off. So like I was playing Asuka and she
Mm,
has like a little hat or whatever on one of her outfits, and
mm.
like at one point during the match, like that just gets hit off of your head and it just
Yeah.
stays off. So even like at the end when she does her victory pose, like she's not wearing the hat anymore or something.
Oh, that's cool.
And so just stuff like that. So it just looks like the wear and tear of like the fight, and it just made their faces look because it's like because like they didn't look perfect and like perfect
Mm,
skin like after a
yeah,
fight. I don't know, it just made them look more like actual people, I guess.
that's cool.
um
A cool touch.
yeah, and there's just subtleties I could tell in like the faces and like just because that tech is so much better, they don't look as much like puppets, you know what I mean, like they actually
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
just subtle like eye movements and stuff. Yeah, every character looked better. I did feel like Paul definitely looked old now. Like I feel like
Yeah,
he's an old man now officially.
yeah, yeah.
And I saw both of his costumes because you just had preset costumes for every character.
Okay.
I think it was like his Tekken 2 outfit. Like it was like his black leather with like the red
Oh, okay.
flames or something.
Yeah,
It looked, or Tekken 3, sorry. I meant Tekken 3. I think it was his
yeah.
Tekken 3 outfit with the, straight up hair or whatever. So yeah, just character visuals wise, all the characters looked like 10 times better. Um, from an audio standpoint, my god, the hits in this game, they sound so crunchy. And
Oh,
it's like
nice.
it sounds less like cartoony like
Mm,
punches and hits and stuff like that. It's like I like went in and turned like the just like the sound effects, outside of the music and stuff, like just the sound effects. I went and turned them up a bit,
oh,
because they
nice.
just sounded so like you really feel the hits
Yeah, yeah.
during these fights, and just like crunchy was like the only word I could think to describe it properly.
Oh, man.
So it felt really, and you still get that really satisfying like when you hit them with like a really strong move,
Yeah,
like Paul's like his like little punch he does, whatever. It's like
yeah,
when those moves hit, it like it's a similar sound effect, but it just like the visual effect around it and stuff, and like the little cinematic camera angles it does weaving
yeah.
in the fights, definitely made you like appreciate how hard some of those hits are. Um, Music is awesome. There was one point I don't remember what I was doing. There was something I had to like just stop playing the beta for a
Mm.
sec to like I don't
Check
even
a
remember.
text or something,
Yeah, or
or
maybe I was doing something on Ever Crisis or something. I was doing something just on the side, and I was just letting the main menu like it was sitting at the menu,
yeah,
and like it's a much more like upbeat kind of song than like the Tekken 7, because I know you
7.
really love
Yeah.
the Tekken
I
7 menu.
love the Tekken 7. Yeah, yeah.
And it's just like Kazuya in engine, not like
Mm,
pre-rendered, just like
yeah,
staring at you in the
mm,
background of this menu. And like the
yeah,
music is a little more like upbeat and like a little happier sounding, but it's
yeah.
like it's so good. And I like found myself like humming the music after the fact.
Oh, man.
Even today I was like, I think I looked it up while I was at work. I like looked it up so I could listen to it again, like just while I was working or whatever. Really catchy main menu theme, but also like most of the music I heard while playing in the different
Yeah.
like maps and stuff was all excellent. Like it was really
I
what you would
think,
expect.
maybe it does, but I feel like Tekken doesn't get enough credit, and maybe it does, for the music. Like the music is awesome, and yeah,
Mhm.
like I mean, it is what it is. It's a fighting game, and it's a soundtrack behind it. But like, I always really liked the music in Tekken.
I I
I
know
would
I
never consider turning it off.
Yeah.
At any, like not even think about it whatsoever. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I'll always have those
Mhm.
tracks playing. I know Tekken 3 had a lot of reverence for its soundtrack. They definitely like have a different sound in general now than
Yep.
Tekken 3's music. Like I didn't hear anything that sounded like Jin Kazama's stage. Uh,
The like staple best
yeah, and it's like that's
best
my
music
favorite
ever.
from that one for
Yeah,
sure. It's a little more like kind of electronic and like synth sounding, but
yeah,
it's like to me it's like just as good. Like I like both.
yeah,
So maybe that's why people don't talk about the soundtracks as much now because it's very different than like Tekken
sure,
3.
yeah,
But excellent. There was one. So as I was playing, I think it was Saturday night. Some of my friends in Discord that I play Final Fantasy 14 with, I just one of them is like a big Tekken nut as well. So
yeah.
he was watching me play. I was just streaming it in Discord so he could watch. And there was one stage. I don't remember whose stage it is. Um, but it was like it was I when I went there and played on this stage, I was like, man, this sounds like straight out of Near Automata, the
Oh
music.
wow.
And then when he was watching, I was like, man, this sounds like Near music, and I was like, that's what I said. So it was like, okay, I'm not the only one, and I think I
Oh,
saw
cool.
that on. I think I was watching. I think it was Maximilian's one of his footage, one of his recorded matches, and I think someone in his chat said like, "Man, this sounds like Near." I was like, "Okay, it's they definitely had a vision for how what they were aiming for with that song." So,
Awesome.
but anyway, just music in general was excellent, very very good. Um, let's see. Oh, so for kind of gameplay stuff, so the what did I say here? Oh, yeah, I had to immediately went to the character control or the control mapping, and I
Yeah.
was like, don't put. I was like, whatever's on R1 and R2, get it off because I'm not.
Yeah.
I can't hit those with my Tekken grip.
Yeah.
And so lucky enough, they lets you rebind whatever, and I did the rage art on L1 again. And then there's this like heat. I forget what it's called exactly. I think it's like heat activation or something or heat something. I forget. I think heat activation might be what was called, but um, that is either triangle square together with no
Okay.
direction, or
Okay.
you can bind it to a button.
Okay.
And so I just put it on L2. So I had like those two buttons ready to
Gotcha.
go. Um, that was the first thing I did before I went into any practice. Like,
So on my list of questions, check.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So we have played a lot of Tekken, so I went into there's like a combo practice or combo
Mm,
trial mode. So the beta was mostly all online. Like you couldn't do just like random ghost battles.
okay.
There wasn't a proper training mode because they literally want you to stress test the network.
Yeah.
So it was
Yep.
all online, all online battles and stuff like that. But if you went and you were waiting for a match, you could go to your move list and go to like combo, like sample combos, and it would
Yep.
let you try them. And while it was doing that, it wouldn't match you with someone.
Yep.
Um,
I think that was in 7 too, right? Or maybe.
yeah, and it
Yeah.
will be like there will be an extensive training mode
Oh, yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
this one in the full version.
Yeah.
It's just for the purposes of the beta, it was all online stuff they wanted people
Yeah.
trying.
But
Um,
you could dick around while you're waiting to be matched or whatever.
Yes,
So,
yeah,
yeah.
and but
Yeah.
then it's like if you go to like the combo trials, it like takes you out of matchmaking, so you can just
Yeah.
sort of like take your time and like try and
Oh,
figure. It was kind of like a
okay.
workaround to get a practice mode, basically. But
Yeah.
I did it for a little bit just to like, you know, refamiliarize myself a bit. And it's like because like the combos have definitely been tweaked a little bit. Like there was some that
Hmm.
I was trying to do with Oscar. I was like, oh, you can't do this anymore. Like this combo
Huh.
doesn't exist anymore. It doesn't have the same finisher that it used to.
Yeah.
Not a
And that,
ton, but go ahead.
and that's what's kind of fun about a new tech. And if it was
Yeah.
just like the same but with
Yes.
different mechanics, it's like, ah, you want some
You want
change a
some
little bit. So
change. Yeah.
change is good. So
And
yeah.
it wasn't like everything I tried to do I couldn't. It was just there was one or two things I noticed like, oh, like I know I'm doing this right from the muscle memory, but it's just not
Yeah.
working. Um but there's also new moves. Every character has like a few,
Yep.
like new moves. So I'm trying to find how to use those and stuff. And um so yeah, did that for a little bit. Muscle memory kicks in. Oh, you remember how in previous seconds how you have like a low parry where if someone's like sweeping and you just throw them like
Yeah. Yeah.
just swipe them away kind of thing. there's so now like that's still there, but it's like a much more like it's like a different camera angle and it like slows down for a second. It's like a more like kind of cinematic like it's not just like a stop. Like, you actually like,
Yeah. Like
it actually does like a
slapping it
little
away.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
It's like a little bit of a slowdown. It looks more like technical what you're doing, and so that
yeah.
was really cool to see. Just that they finally updated that animation. It looks and it's more exciting when that happens because it looks less like something went wrong and more
Yeah, yeah,
obviously that oh he definitely just countered the thing I was trying to do.
yeah.
Um, then there was oh yeah, I so these have been shown off in some of the trailers and stuff, but there's like unique intros sometimes depending if it's certain two
Mm.
characters.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And like Lily and Asuka was one that I know I saw in the trailers, and I anytime I would if I was playing Asuka, I would match a Lily. They'd have their little banter, and it's even like it's not even just like the one shot of each of them where like oh they're
Mm.
saying something unique. They do that, but then they start out kind of like staring each other right down, and then slowly walk back, and then it's like fight like right when the countdown's happening or whatever.
I
Uh,
love that. That's
yeah, it
cool.
looked really cool. Like it actually just felt really cool when you'd get some rivalry like that, and like Kazuya and June had like a unique interaction. I think when if you know
Yeah,
if you're fighting together.
yeah.
So yeah, that's just some nice little polish that you get
I,
that feels really good.
and I bet you, like, off the top of your head, you could probably figure out a good number of ones that would have some sort
Mm.
of specific
Yeah, if you've like
customized. Yeah,
played Tekken and know a little bit about its lore and who are friends or rivals or whatever,
yeah,
you can
yeah,
probably discern which ones will have
yeah,
like a little intro like that. One's
yeah.
like I remember reading about the lore behind it, but I forget what it is. There's one between Ling Xiaoyu and Jin where like
Didn't they go to the
she
same high school, maybe?
yeah, and
Or
like she feels really bad for him for something, or I don't remember what it is, but I just remember reading it. It was really funny. The reason why she's like so nice to him or something. It's like she feels
yeah,
bad for him, or I forget what it is now, but I remember I think I saw in a comment when the Ling Xiaoyu trailer came out because it
yeah.
showed that intro. I think I
Gotcha.
read it someone's comment about it or whatever. It was really funny.
Yeah, it's like
Um,
Tekken lore. Like that's like, oh, I know a bunch of Tekken lore. I know it's ridiculous, but I know
yeah, exactly.
it.
I can't follow half of it, but I know it's there. I remember
Yeah.
hearing about it. Um, So the rage arts are still there, which we
Hmm.
knew from trailers. There was like there was a rage art and a rage drive in Tekken 7, and the rage drive is gone, which is fine because that was the one I never used. That was one where you would like turn blue and do.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
that's gone. That doesn't exist anymore. It's just the like the super at the end when you're at low health or whatever.
Yeah,
One thing I really liked and I noticed about it is it has a lot less like end lag when you do your rage art and it gets blocked or you like you whiff like you miss it or whatever.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
not like locked into this animation and it's like a super free punish. Like
yeah,
the
yeah,
thing that killed the flow for me sometimes with Tekken 7 is like you go for the rage art, it's blocked. Well, you're gonna get their rage art immediately and you're gonna die because it's gonna do enough damage to kill you. Like
yeah,
guaranteed every time if you're
yeah,
both low health, and the first rage art misses or gets blocked, the second person can just do their rage art and get a free super,
yep,
and it's like it's not fast enough. You can't just counter if you block the rage art, you can't just do your rage art right back because then
yep.
the other person is ready to block by the time yours comes out.
Okay,
So
that's
there's
good to know because it was. I know exactly what you're talking about, and it's kind of inhibitory because it's almost like who's gonna shoot first,
right,
so that then, and you're just kind of waiting.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So there's you know it takes more knowledge of your character because you have to know what move you can do that comes out fast enough
yeah,
to punish them because you will still get punished. Like
yeah,
if I do
yeah.
the rage art and you block it, if you have a quick move, you'll absolutely hit me. It's just you have to be ready to do that move into another thing to get more damage, right?
Rather than just spamming
The
your
one
rage button. Yeah,
and get like
yeah,
guaranteed kill because it's going to do enough damage, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I like that a lot, and there was a lot less rage art, block, rage art. Like it was, I think it was like once or
Yeah.
twice, and then like, oh, this doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
So you learn to not have to do that. So it's more about pulling it when you're trying to like, because it still has the thing where you absorb a hit, or I don't know if it's multiple, a certain amount of hits or a certain amount of damage, but you like you'll take that damage from that hit, but you'll still do your rage art. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is what Seven did. And so it's more about just trying to like bait them into attacking and doing your rage art. So, but not a move that's going to kill you and to land your super after that. So,
Gotcha. Gotcha.
it felt better. Like I definitely liked the way rage art. I feel like it didn't interrupt every single match, every
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
twice, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it felt a lot more kind of reserved usage of that, and or more like you just have to be more careful of when to use it, which you had to do before, but it's just like it's not a guaranteed death if you whiff yours because they have to be ready to punish it properly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
not every move will come out fast enough to hit the person before they can block. Um, and then just doing matches. Now, I'm not someone who plays a lot of Tekken. Like we love Tekken, but like I'm not great at it. Like by competitive a
Oh, yeah.
standpoint.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like I don't actually play Tekken online against random people much. That's never really been how I've consumed Tekken. Uh, with especially like Tag 2 and 7.
Yeah.
It's for me. It's like I love just sitting down and doing ghost battles for like an hour
Yeah.
because it's slightly more varied than just playing the CPU like in arcade mode or whatever, because it does. And this ghost battle mode, and I think previous ones have done this, but this one probably just does it better. It definitely kind of like learns the moves you use a lot and will like do that more when someone's
Yeah.
fighting your ghost or whatever. And I feel like that's
Hmm.
how it's been, but it's just better at doing it.
Yeah.
So like that's how I will consume most of Tekken 8 is just sitting down doing ghost battles for a couple hours one night and just
Yeah.
get money to buy a bunch of outfits and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And so, but because it was like network beta, obviously they want you matching against other people. So I did get my
Yeah.
ass kicked a lot, and you'll see that in
Yeah.
some of the footage. Because I'm just not good at these long juggle strings.
And I was
Um,
about to say, it's whenever I see people who are crazy good, they're just able to just like juggle you for
yeah,
half your health kind of thing. And I don't know, like I respect that. And I think like, look, you can make a living literally by being that good at Tekken.
yeah,
I'm just not that good.
yeah.
And
I don't have that
I
skill set in me to do
yeah.
that.
And it's like when I play online, it's kind of like I'll do it to get the trophy or whatever, but
Right.
it's not really my jam. What I
No.
love is like I'm in a room or a lobby, whatever, with me, you, and Mike.
Yeah.
That's a good time. Like
Yeah.
that's about as online as I get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do feel like the ghost battles are not as like they're not as hard, not as hard, but they don't play the same way a player does, so that I don't feel
Mm,
like I'm getting juggled for 30 minutes straight during one
yeah.
combo.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's a perfect middle ground for me personally. But then that's why I love like the way you and I and Mike play, and my this buddy of mine Yura that I play Final Fantasy with, because I played Tekken 7 with him a bunch. And like we all play the same kind of way.
Yeah.
We don't memorize these long juggles and combos and stuff, and so it's like we're all very evenly matched, and like it's just fun. Like we have really
Yeah.
good intense matches.
Yeah.
So that being said, like a lot of the matches I had to do for the beta were all online to do the test the network and stuff. But the one thing I did like for when we do actually do battles, like us online or with in a lobby,
Yeah.
like you said, is like, man, the load times between matches, because this is one thing that Tekken 7 is hard to go back to. It
Yeah.
is like 30 seconds of loading per fight almost.
Yeah. Yep.
Probably more than that. And these were super quick.
Wow.
And if you rematch, it's just like immediate, like okay, back to square one, fight.
Yeah.
There's no downtime. It felt really smooth going, and I could like launch the beta, like log in, go to rank match, search, and I'm fighting, within like less than a minute of like
Oh,
starting the
wow.
game up. Like so overall it just felt really smooth to get into. and rematching felt good. Just the load time between like getting a new opponent and loading into that was like maybe 10 or 12 seconds, if that. So yeah, felt really good for load times. Um, so the new thing is the heat system. There's like a little gauge under your health bar, a little blue gauge, and it's like a couple moves you have that you probably already know how to do those moves. Like Asuka
Mhm.
is like her forward two punches is like where she like
Yeah.
slams in with the elbow or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that is a heat activation move, I think it's called. And
Okay.
there's a couple moves that will put you in this state, or you press L2, and it's kind of like it's kind of like
To
the rage
charge?
art. Well, no,
Or no?
it's like the rage art. Well, you can absorb a hit or two, and you'll just do a move, and then you're in your heat mode or whatever it's called.
Okay.
And when you're in that mode, I forget if it actually just gives you a general buff to your damage output, but it does give you you do chip damage if someone's blocking
Oh, okay.
while you're in this state, and it'll slowly go down as you're attacking. One thing that's nice is if you get hit and you're getting juggled, it stops going down. Like it only is going down when you're actively doing something and like
Oh,
attacking
okay.
and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So it's
Nice.
like it stays up for longer, and it's not like if you activate it and then you get juggled, it's gone. Like
It's gone. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
get that. So um, and then you so if you hit that like L2 is what I changed it to. If you hit that again, you'll do like a fancy finishing move that will
Mm,
like it will consume the rest of the gauge and you'll
mm.
like heat mode is over, or you can do one of the moves that activate it in the first place, like that forward two punch thing with Asuka,
Yeah.
and I think it does like more damage and you like chase them down. You probably saw that in the trailer sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it'll use up the gauge, but it'll like put you in a position to like extend a combo, and like your combo's about to finish. If you land that move or whatever, or counter them with that move, you'll like chase them down, and it can open them up for more damage again. Um, and it was nice because I felt like you could. It really was flexible, at least for how I play, where it's like you could try to activate that early and get the little finisher off of it to get like big damage early
Yeah.
on, or if they're low on health, you can activate it and like really put pressure because like if every time they block, they're still taking hits,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
taking
Yeah.
damage
Exactly.
rather, and so it can be
Yeah.
really good pressuring them into a corner and just make them desperate to try and do something, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it felt really good. It definitely works as advertised, which is they said this system is in the game basically to make people play more aggressively and
Yeah. Yeah.
less defensively, because you want to use that and just like get in there and use because it's ticking down. So you
Yeah.
want to
Yeah.
get the
Yeah.
most get the most out of it while that's happening. And it felt really good. And like Asuka's, um, so I would like initiate it usually with that forward, 1, 2,
Yep.
and then hers she kind of goes up almost like Ling Xiaoyu has a move where it's like up forward in both kicks, where she kind of jumps into like three kicks and like backflips off of you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's almost like that, like Asuka's finisher, but she'll like
Mm.
kick once, kick twice, and then come down with like a huge like jump kick
Oh,
or whatever.
nice.
And it feels it's like cinematic camera when it happens. Like it feels really good
Yeah.
when you land those. And so that felt really good. That was a new stuff. Definitely took me a few like an hour or two of playing to like understand how to use it properly, and the nuance of it. There's stuff like if you're taking damage, or I forget if it's if you take damage or block damage, there's like a section of your health bar that you can get back as you do damage.
Yeah.
Like as you hit them, you get a chunk of your life back. I don't forget how you got that chunk. I think it's just if you get hit, it's just like the last hit that got you how much damage it did, you can get part of that back or something.
Hmm.
Which just goes into like the aggressive play. Like
Yep.
that's what
Yep.
they want you to do, right? So it was a lot of that. I played mostly June and Asuka. June is
Yeah. Yeah.
quite different.
Hmm.
She definitely still has some of her like
Classic
iconic.
June moves. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
especially even from Tag 2, she has a few moves that were new to that version of her.
Hmm.
But then she's got some weird like magical power things that she's firing at you, or not projectiles, but like she'll do this like uppercut move and this like gold like particle effects will shoot out of the ground and hit you as you go up. I guess maybe like the unknown or whatever she was called in tag
Uh,
2. Maybe it's similar to some of the stuff she did, but it just looks more like godly power and not
yeah,
gross
yeah,
oozy power.
yeah.
I'd have to see if she did some of those things, but it took me a little bit because definitely a couple of her moves didn't, or her combos or setups just were not working, and so I had to sort of play with her a little bit and figure out how to add in these new, because she's got a couple new almost like stances that she does after a combo that put her in this state where she can fire
Hmm.
this like magic out or whatever.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, she felt really good. She looks so good. They did a really good job updating her character model and like her new outfit. She still had her, I think it was her Tekken 2 outfit, because there's two that I'm remembering, whereas one is like kind of like
A
sleeveless white
blue white kind of thing.
and like the
Yeah, yeah,
black pants or whatever.
yeah,
And then
yeah,
she
yeah,
had the
yeah,
other one that was like kind of light blue, like cart like jean shorts and like jean jacket or something like that. But it wasn't that one,
yeah.
it was the other one.
Okay, yeah, that's
Uh
like Tekken 2 version.
I think
Yeah.
so, yeah. And I, because I know I had unlocked that in tag 2
Mm.
for her, and I'm pretty sure that's her Tekken 2 outfit. Um and yeah, her and June are still they're still my go-to. I definitely
Yeah,
I tried some Lily and some Ling Xiaoyu for sure.
yeah.
Um I just did those in like the combo. I think I did 1 or 2 rounds online with them, but I was really bad. But Lily actually felt really good, and I think I want to put more time in with her when the game comes out.
Nice.
With the new heat moves and stuff like that, I feel like she could be really fun to play. I've always really liked her move set too. Like she's a lot of uh, really crazy like flipping kicks and really
Yeah.
like kind of graceful sort of style to her that I really like. So I'll probably play more of her when a game comes out. But um, that new girl, Azucena, is like she was so hard to play against because it's just a brand new character.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
she's got this weird, almost like, did Steve have this where she's in a stance where you just go to hit and she'll just dodge it automatically almost?
Yes, it was Steve. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so she had
Yeah,
something like that. There's sometimes, and but her dodges, I will admit, like she was hard to fight against, but she was very fun to watch. Like
yeah,
her
yeah,
fighting
yeah.
style and her outfits and stuff, and like the way she would dodge was really kind of like playful and like she's like taunting you almost. And
Awesome.
so she was really cool to watch. Just hard to play against because haven't had much. Well, she's brand
Don't
new,
know what
so
to expect. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Hmm.
Um, didn't fight too many Huarangs. The one I can remember fighting destroyed me. Um, a lot of Jin. There was a lot of Jins on there. A lot of Kazuya.
Hmm.
Nina. I think I might actually learn Nina in this one.
Oh, cool.
She seems super cool in this game, and I tried her in practice like the while I was waiting for a match or whatever, and she seemed really fun. Oh, King. There's a King that I ran into a lot of Kings. I don't know if he's always had this move, but it's one of his like throw chains
Okay.
where I don't even remember what the one before it was, but you end up just on the ground with him and he's rolling around with you constantly and it's just doing so much damage. I'm like I had literally had to like look up how do you get out of throws in Tekken because I
Yeah,
forget, and he got me with it for like in like 3 rounds in a row, and you're
yeah,
literally he just got you in some kind of like chokehold type thing, and you're
yeah.
literally just like rolling around on the ground for like 10 seconds and taking like half your life bar. And so I looked up and I think I found, because I think one time another king got me in that little grapple. I was able to mash out of it. I think it was like both punches or something.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, I had to like after that match I had to like okay let me go get dinner and like take a break because that was really annoying to play
Yeah,
against. But
yeah.
good, like props to him for being. I'm sure that's not easy. Those throw chains are probably not the easiest thing to do, but it's
Yeah.
just like that was too much for my mental state. I need to take a
I was
break.
like, yeah, exactly.
I got
It's
absolutely wrecked on the
one of
ground.
those just like what do you even do here?
Yeah,
Like, yeah, yeah,
yeah. Like I said, I'm not good at Tekken. I just love it.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah. But that was. I don't know if that's a move he's had before, but it's definitely one I've never seen. Um, some of his moves look really cool though. He has like one. I don't know if he has this before, but like if you're bouncing on the ground, he like runs up and like gets under you, like kind of like he gets like your leg, like power bombs you
Yeah,
basically, like
yeah,
picks
yeah,
you up. And that I don't remember if he had that before, but it looked really. It sucked having it done to me,
yeah.
but it definitely looked really cool and sounded really good. So
Oh man.
yeah, it was a lot. It was fun. You know, I didn't see. Uh, I saw a variety of characters. I think the only one I really noticed I barely saw was Horang. He's like probably only one or two Horangs the whole
Hmm.
time. But yeah, there was like 16 characters I think in the beta. Like there's a lot.
No, okay, nice.
And but yeah, June and Asuka was where I spent most of my time because they're the ones that muscle memory takes over, and they're
Yeah,
just there's like just my two favorite. Like those are my two favorite characters in the game. So
yeah. Oh,
um,
awesome.
yeah. So that's mostly it for the notes I took. Just make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, I think that covers what I was going to say.
I had
Um,
um I had a couple of quick questions
yeah, yeah.
kind of before we wrap up, but I guess you answered my one question of is it Tekken Grip friendly? Can
Oh
you
yeah,
adjust that? Yeah,
yeah.
okay, good. It's very important.
That's
So
how
yeah,
I
okay,
played the whole
perfect.
time.
Yeah. And I was pretty sure you were gonna do it on PC. Just I guessed essentially it'd be easier to capture. So but I think
So
you mentioned
for
that
the
oh,
beta, yes, but
for the beta.
when the
Yeah.
game comes out, I'm getting on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can't remember for the life of me if I pre-ordered this yet or not. I'll have to like
I think it's on my
check.
wish list, but I don't think I paid for it yet.
I gotta like check that before I just like buy it again. Uh
Oh, I mean, it
um
wouldn't let you buy it twice.
okay.
Yeah, it'll just say like, I think it will just say like download or like available in X amount of days or something like that if you've already
Yeah,
purchased it.
I'll probably get like the physical copy. So
Oh, sure. Oh,
yeah.
sure. Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, but I'll get it for PS5 for
Yeah.
sure. But I can't remember with this one, like if you can you play people who buy it on Xbox? And like I
Yeah, it's
think you said
cross.
yeah,
Yep.
it is cross. So like
Cross platform. Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yep.
My buddy Jake has an Xbox, and I was like trying to get him into Tekken.
Yeah.
And so I was like, ooh, this could work for playing some Tekken. So yeah,
And
okay, that's
the
wicked.
beta, one of the things that what they did in this beta that wasn't in their last one was they did cross platform as part of this beta. So
Yeah,
I was playing against people on PlayStation and stuff like that, even though I was playing the PC version. So yeah, that's
cool,
100% there for sure.
awesome.
Yeah.
How much time did you have to choose your character? Because that's like my nightmare.
So
I like to
oh,
kind of
okay. No, so the reason I can't remember is because
yeah.
when you so this may be different when you're playing against friends.
Mm,
When I queue up for like a ranked match, I pick my
yeah.
character and then it puts me in practice mode while it's matching me. So
Okay, yeah,
when I
yeah,
get
yeah.
in there, I've committed to my character when I
True,
match with
yeah.
someone.
And I guess
Um,
when playing in seven, I think you're right. It's probably a similar thing, but it's when you're in a lobby with
yeah,
friends.
and
It's like,
that wasn't available in this beta, so I
yeah,
don't know.
uh, mostly just a moment for me to mention this to people listening to the pod, which I think we've never said explicitly, but it happened when we did our Tekken episode,
Mhm.
where it's just like, oh God, I've got 2 seconds left to
Yeah,
pick. And like I've just been humming and hawing here, like I gotta get my act together here.
yeah.
But anyway, yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
always
cannot confirm or deny on that one.
okay. Yeah,
Hopefully that's one thing they've changed is or at least let you set it in the lobby. Like
yeah,
you can
yeah,
because
fair.
I understand that like you don't want it to be like someone's like asleep at the wheel and like it's holding everyone else up from their matches and stuff like that. But it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I hope they let you like set what the timer is for character selection.
Oh, and I'm the first one to kind of get annoyed and impatient if someone, even if it's
Yes.
you or Mike, like humming and hawing.
Yeah.
But it's like just like 5 more seconds
Yeah,
would be
yeah, there's a middle
like
ground there. It
that's
doesn't have to
all
be
I want.
infinite, but it needs to be more than 5 seconds.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But okay, cool. Then like what players did you play with? So I got that.
Yep.
Was there a moment that you can think of that made you laugh the hardest? Like a good hearty Tekken laugh?
Yeah, so it does that like slowdown thing if you're like both one hit
Uh,
away and you go
yeah,
in. And
yeah.
there's one point, I don't remember who I was. I might have been Asuka. Either way, it doesn't matter. Going in, it went to that slowdown. We missed. And then it just sped up and it just boom, it just like turned around and hit me, immediately killed me with like no ceremony at all. And
Oh, that's
I think it
awesome.
was against Xiao Yu, who has
Mm.
a lot of quick, like
Yeah.
like if her back is towards you, like she
I
has
bet
a
you she
lot of
just
options.
did her backwards
It
kick, and
might have been
yeah,
something just like that little like tap with her heel or
yeah,
whatever, yeah. But it was like
yeah,
goo, bah!
yeah.
It's just like, damn it! And I'm pretty sure I like almost like I probably didn't even have like my grip on, like because I was like, oh, one of us is dying
And we're
here,
dead.
and they're like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's like trying to grab my controller again, and
Yeah,
yeah,
you had
that
already committed to. Well, I mean, the slowdown is pretty much a
yeah.
guarantee that someone's gonna win.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
Um,
and then I think it did that another time, but like their hit would have killed me, but my hit didn't kill them. But it still did the slowdown.
oh,
So it was like, "Goo!" I just like had to keep going. I was like, oh my god,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
over yet. But it was when I immediately died after. That definitely got me. That was pretty
Yeah, yeah,
funny.
yeah. Oh, that's good. Man, some of the like biggest laughs I've had in the past couple of years, have been Tekken game nights with you and Mike, because sometimes anyway, uh lots of laughs in those things. And just because playing Tekken the way that we play Tekken is just a fun time. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Um
Um, cool. So yeah, that was. I think you said that was your last question, right?
yep,
Or did you
yep,
have, okay.
exactly. Yep.
Yeah, so that was my time with the beta. It was too short. I'm very sad that I can't come home from work today and jump on and play some more. Definitely excited about the ghost battles because I just love having that like endless mode where I could just
Yep.
go on and like let me just play for like an hour and just like bash out some Tekken, make some gold or whatever to buy. And like you
Yep.
saw like where the shops and stuff were, so like that's still gonna be a thing,
Yep.
where you can buy outfits for your characters and stuff. And it looks like you had like the presets that you could pick. So like Tekken
Oh,
7, you could
good.
have a
Oh, I
bunch of,
love that.
yeah,
I love that. Yeah.
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 So yeah, looking forward to that. January 26th, I think, is when it comes out.
Oh man, jeez.
We'll definitely do a random encounter episode. I'll
Yeah.
figure out how to get my. I know I can do it. It's just a real big pain to get it working.
Yeah.
But I'll make sure I have that ready for when Tekken comes out. Plus, that gives us a very easily distracting game to play for the month leading into FF7 Rebirth.
Which will be the slowest month ever. So
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Um
So yeah,
well,
that's all I
okay, well,
have.
I'm glad we got an FF7 reference in a
Yeah, I mean,
in a
come on. I
Tekken.
mentioned Ever Crisis earlier just to make sure we have it covered.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
anyway, no, well, I'm pumped to. Please let me know when you upload this because I want to check out the footage. So
Yeah, for sure.
yeah,
This I was
yeah,
telling Matt before we recorded. This will be one of my more editing intensive episodes because I don't edit our podcast much.
mm,
I'm not a video editor, so I don't do very much with it. But this one, I actually want to clip out some of the matches I recorded. So yeah, I should get this up in the next couple days. So yeah, I'll let you know so you can
yeah.
check out the footage.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Cool. Oh man, super pumped, super jealous, and can't wait. I didn't realize it was so soon to coming out, so that makes me
yeah,
feel better.
yeah. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
what, 3 months from now?
yeah.
Because end of
Uh,
January.
and
Yeah.
I've got a very locked and loaded gaming schedule till
Yeah.
FF7 Rebirth, so
Yeah,
that
same.
I'm not worried. If
Yeah.
yeah, if you do, I certainly do.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah. Um,
uh, okay,
cool,
cool.
perfect.
Well, thanks, Matt. I know we threw this together really quick. Our next episode, we'll probably talk about some Spider-Man and God of War because I'm, you know, probably about 8 hours into Spider-Man 2 already. And I have lots to talk about already at this point, and I know I'll have more. So
Beauty.
we'll finish this one here, and we'll do the next episode. Probably the next. You got a trip coming up, so in a couple weeks or something, we'll get together again and
Oh yeah,
talk
well,
more about your God of War progress.
yeah, sounds good. Cool.
Right on. Okay, thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you want to see us beat the shit out of each other in Tekken come January. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel because it's happening. We are definitely
Oh
gonna have a
man.
Tekken night for sure.
And I mean, and our last one was was really good.
Yeah,
I
that
think
was fun.
actually, yeah, that
Maybe
was.
when we do it, when we do that night for Tekken 8, we'll do a similar like weird rules,
Yep,
just to keep things interesting or whatever. I'll try and think up some rules like that again, because
yep,
that made it fun for sure.
yep. No, totally. So cool. All right, thanks. Yeah, thanks everyone. Take care.
Great, great. Bye everybody.
Bye bye.